This is Sarah Poff, the Multimedia Storyteller, and I tell all kinds of stories. So what I decided to do is I decided to tell you about my chocolate chip. I have chocolate chip mix, and because I've lost almost 100 pounds and I'm trying to keep it that way, but I'm trying to enjoy taste along the way. And I like the big thick pan cookies is what I like. So that's what I'm going to attempt to make. So I have buttered flavored spray. I have a half a cup of almond flour, liquid egg whites. I have the almond flour bag there so you can see what I'm using. And then I have a little water. I have the chocolate chip mix, and I have the little container provided by the company. Now, I'm kind of Scotch when it comes to my supplies, so sometimes if I can do it and it's not too bad from the time before, I use it over. Alright, so here we go. I'm using this one over today. So I'm going to spray, and then I'm going to put my mix in. It has a little place you can tear. I do shake it down because sometimes if I don't, a lot of it like comes out there. And I'm going to dump it. I'm going to dump it in here. Alright, now get that stuff out of my way. I have my spoon and my fork. I like to have both when I'm doing this. Alright, so the next thing I usually do, oh, I forgot one thing, but it's just right here. Just a teeny bit of baking soda. You don't want much or it won't taste good. So I just got the common kind I have in the cabinet. And I'm going to just get like a teeny little bit. Pat it down like Mom always told me because I don't want any lumps. Now it's best to do that when it's all dry, and I'm just going to stir it around. That just kind of gives it a little bit of fluff. You know what, one of the things I like to do when I'm doing this? I like to get me a couple of chocolate chips out of there. And I just like to eat them as I go. Just eat them as I go. Okay, so if I've got that stirred up good, then I don't measure things. I'm not real good at measuring things. So now this is my liquid egg white, which you really don't have to count that when you're doing this kind of stuff. Alright, so we're going to set the egg white out. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water. And I'm going to stir that around. It's going to be really liquidy because I have not added my almond flour in. So this you probably ought to count as a condiment. The almond flour would be the condiment, and then a fueling. Okay, now I'm going to need to add more water. Now I have to kind of be careful to stir it in this. Have to be careful to try to keep it in that container. And sometimes when I'm doing it, I have to sneak a bit of cookie dough, just like I would if I were making regular cookie dough. You know, I've been on low carb before I did this plan, and man, you know, I liked my cookie dough. Alright, so I'm going to take a little, of course, you know, you do have the egg white in there, so if that bothers you, you probably shouldn't sneak a little bite out of it. So then I'm going to mix a little bit more because I kind of want it watery because I like mine good and moist, and then I usually go and spray a little more on there, mix it in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the video clip, and I'm going to go to the microwave, and I'm going to put it in there for, I like to do it for just 30 seconds, and then I come back and I do another 30 seconds. I did it all the way a few times when I first started this, and it just bubbled right out of the container. It was a mess. Alright, I'll see you in a few.